What's going on, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason, and I'm here to talk about some more NBA game breakdowns. Hey, but before I go off, if you've been enjoying the content, you want to show some support, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment on what you guys think. Who do you guys like today? I'm gonna pick someone from the comments to get a free daily card. We have a ton of games today, so I'm gonna try to go as quickly as I can. Obviously, I can't go in depth because I don't want to make this video so long, but bear with me and let's go rock it today. But before I go off, I want to give you guys a free pick, and I think this is a really good advantage lines. I'm using this tool. I've been using this tool to find the best props on specific DFS apps or even sports books to get better lines or better odds. So let's go. Shout out to my boys Daily Grind Fantasy. Use the link below and use code LOCK, L-O-C-K, like in the banner, and you get 25% off your first month, or I think ongoing, using my link. It's down below. Just make sure you use code LOCK. And let me show you the tool and a play that I do like. So I went on the tool and I went over to Dabble, which I think is actually one of the easiest DFS apps to get paid on, to be honest. They have fixed payouts and the lines are always super soft. So if you want an extra 25 bucks just for signing up, use my link down below. And if you sign up using my link, I'll give you guys a free week in premium, so I can give you guys more of these plays using this tool. So the first play is right here, Tyler Hero under 23.5 points and rebounds. And then the second play will be Brandon Ingram. It's already highlights. I have the best odds, and I just like it because look at the lines that we're getting versus every other sports book. Tyler Hero 23.5 under points and rebounds. Every other book has as 22.5, 21.5 on DraftKings. There is a 23.5 on MGM, but I'm pretty sure this is stale. These will move down. It's literally right here on this ticket right here. I'm going to show you Tyler Hero, and then the last one, Brandon Ingram over 25 points and rebounds. He's 26.5, 25.5 everywhere else. So guys, if you want to get a really good book and also to get another advantage, use these two. I also consider using Trae Young as well. Trae Young, there's no DeJounte Murray over there, so he's definitely gonna get a lot of usage. So that might be a good third leg on Dabble. But just remember, this only works on Dabble because these lines don't exist on other books. Just Dabble. So if you want to use the tool and place this for with $25 free using my link, go on that pinned comment down below for Dabble and get signed up. Deposit 10 bucks, and I think you get up to like a $50 match. So just go over there, get all this free money, and use this tool. But those are two picks on Dabble that I really do love. So let's get straight into the games, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. Let's get straight to it. I'm gonna go as quickly as I can, so please bear with me if I miss a few things. Let's go. So first game is the Indiana Pacers against the Detroit Pistons. This game, I'm leaning towards the Pacers at -4.5. I know it's 5.5 up here, but on other books it's around 4.5 for -110. So obviously go line shop. The reason why I like it is I just think the Pacers are the much better team. I mean, not much has changed. They didn't really trade anyone, but why would they? They went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Celtics. Did their best, but I mean, obviously they got blown out. The Celtics were definitely a level above them. But the Pistons on the other side, they made a few changes. They got Tim Hardaway and a few other pieces that I think could be good scorers for this team. They still have Cade Cunningham, they still have Jalen Ivey, they still have Jalen Duren. So the team probably didn't improve too much on the defensive side, which makes it pretty tough to back them, even if you want to try to go sharp and go 4.5, 5 points with the Pistons. I do think this will be a fast-paced game. Pacers obviously push the pace. The Pistons also played a decently fast pace, but I think they're gonna have to adjust to the Pacers if they want to be competitive. Pacers shoot a ton of threes, fast breaks, and they're gonna be led by Halliburton. I think this game leans the Pacers' way. Obviously, you imagine, I mean, everyone's gonna be all over the Pacers. I'm not look, this is the beginning of the season, guys. Don't go crazy. You could get shocked. The Pistons can maybe show up and win this game, but for the sake of the video, I'll lean with the Pacers at 4.5. 5.5, I don't know. It's getting close. I have this number capped at a 5. So if it's at 5.5, maybe there's slight value with the Pistons, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers blow them out in their first game out. They definitely have a chip on their shoulder. They know they can get back into the playoff picture. So I think they're just going to be too much offensive, especially with everyone healthy. Mathurin's back. So yeah, give me the Pacers in that one. All right, the next game, we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks against the Philadelphia 76ers. And man, Sixers are going to be without two of their key guys, man. No Embiid, no Paul George. Bucks have Giannis listed as questionable, but he's gonna play. I believe he's a very high chance to play. His props are listed, so I imagine he plays. Chris Middleton is out though, however, so he won't be playing today. In this game, I mean, I want to try to find a way to lean with the Sixers, but I just can't do it. There's no Paul George, no Embiid, even with Maxey and a few of the other new guys that they picked up. I mean, they basically picked up a bunch of the Clippers players, but I think the significant injuries to Joel Embiid and Paul George make Milwaukee a clear favorite. I'm surprised they're only 3.5-point favorites, but hey, I mean, they give respect to their home court advantage, things like that. I think the Milwaukee Bucks are the side, even at 3.5. I wouldn't be surprised if they were they could go move to a 4 really soon. So yeah, let me get the Milwaukee Bucks 3.5. Even though early in the season, surprising that Joel Embiid and Paul George are out. But I expect the Milwaukee Bucks to win with Lillard and Giannis being healthy, even without Chris Middleton in the fold. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks, another favorite. But hey, I mean, I can't really see an angle right now to back someone, back these dogs right now. Our next game, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Toronto Raptors. Cleveland laying 6.5 points, man. And this is crazy because I remember 2 years ago, Cleveland were always dogs when they had Markkanen and they had the Twin Towers with Mobley and Allen. They're one of my favorite teams to bet on. They obviously went to the playoffs but got beat. And they're healthy now. They got Mobley back. They got Allen back. They have the same crew, basically. Toronto made a bunch of changes. Especially, I think they got dusted with that Siakam trade, to be honest, man. I mean, ever since that trade, they have not been the same. And they don't really have, too many guys that really scare me. They will still be without Barrett. He's hurt. He was part of that trade. Bruce Brown is out. Kelly Olynyk is out. So they're going to be rolling with Podol and what was the other guys that they got? Trying to go off the top of my head. They're gonna be with, where's the guy from the Knicks? Where is he at? Quickly, Grady Dick, Scotty Barnes, their main guy. Look, I just don't think the Raptors have enough firepower to keep up with the Cavaliers. Not only that, the Cavaliers have a really, really good defense. So I don't know where Toronto's offense will particularly come from. Whether they try to go big. I mean, Scotty Barnes can get shut down by Mobley. Mobley's a really good defender. Allen should do well against Podol. And then Mitchell and Garland, I mean, they can make work of Quickly and Grady. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's a lot of points, but it's a big spread though, so it's really tough. I would probably pass, but for the sake of video, I would lean with the Cavaliers, but I don't love it, to be honest. Maybe you could do a Raptors team total under. That might be a move. I think it'll be a slow-paced game, and I think Cleveland's defense will show through, but 6.5 points is a lot. There is some uncertainty to the Cleveland Cavaliers because they have a new head coach, but I mean, the main stars are the same unless he changes the schematic of how they play, because they did shoot a lot of threes. Maybe they'd go attack down low. They really try to bully these Raptors. That's the only angle I can see where maybe things change. But yeah, give me the Cleveland Cavaliers at the 6.5 point spread. I mean, I don't love laying this many numbers, but I mean, until the Raptors showed me something this year, I wouldn't lay this. I wouldn't try to go sharp and bet the Raptors here. All right, the next game we got is let me skip to, let's see, the Brooklyn Nets against the Atlanta Hawks. This will be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern time start. And what can I say, man? I mean, Atlanta Hawks got rid of DeJounte Murray. I'm actually think that's a huge positive because they have to choose between DeJounte or Trae Young. Trae Young is obviously the face of Atlanta, even though I think DeJounte's a better player personally. But hey, I mean, I know a lot of people hate him because he busted parlays. He said he didn't care about your slips. So hey, sports betting community doesn't like him, but I thought he was a good player. It's a tough game, man. I mean, Atlanta's laying 6.5 points. I mean, I've seen 7s on some books. I don't like laying a lot of points with Atlanta at home. There was a big trend maybe last year and even 2 years ago where Atlanta would just be an auto fade when they're at home. They don't cover big spreads. They do have a lot of their players back, though. I mean, they have DeJounte Hunter. They have Capella. Brooklyn Nets is an entirely different team. They don't have Mikal Bridges. Their main guy is going to be Cam Thomas. And, yeah, man, I mean, it's a tough game. Like the Raptors, I want to see what the Brooklyn Nets got. I mean, at least they got Claxton back from injury. It's tough, man. I mean, I would lean with the Nets maybe at this big plus number just given this trend, but I wouldn't be surprised with Trae Young taking the helm now, leading the team, that maybe they turn up. But there's a lot of points, man. I don't want to lay a lot of points with Atlanta at home. To be honest, they've had trouble covering the spread in prior matchups. But the Brooklyn Nets have not shown much either. Both teams don't push the fast break. So I'm just gonna watch and see what these teams show me for this one. All right, the next game, let's go with, this is going to be a good game. I like this game a lot. The Orlando Magic against the Miami Heat. Orlando plus 1.5 point dogs. I'll say this. The Heat have owned the Magic in the series. In the playoffs, so the Magic actually did very well against the Heat. They covered games. But it's a tough one, man. It's another one that I kind of want to see what happens. Magic for me last year were a money machine. I was betting their first quarter, first half spread. They were big dogs a lot of times, but now they're getting the respect. They did add one key piece, I think, which will be Caldwell Pope, a three-point shooter from the Nuggets. That's a pretty good piece. They need another shooter because a lot of the guys, I mean, I guess Suggs could kind of shoot. Franz could kind of shoot, but I mean, Caldwell Pope is, I would call him a three-point and defensive specialist. So I think he's a good piece for this team. On the other side, the Heat had everyone back. I mean, Rozier, they got Butler playing, Adebayo playing. So I mean, in terms of like a side, man, I mean, it's so tough, bro. I mean, I know the Heat have definitely owned them in the series. I think it's a pick'em game. It's tough, man. I kind of want to roll with the Orlando Magic. I think the Orlando Magic can, you know, with this new team, maybe with Carter back and their size, be competitive. But I mean, I'll say this, man, it's the truth. Heat have owned the series, man. And I don't really see, like, there are injuries listed for the Heat. I mean, at least they were earlier, but I think all their guys play. I think in a pick'em spot, I think that maybe Orlando can cover or win this game outright, but I'm not super confident in this. I kind of want to see how they come out, to be honest, in this one. All right, next game. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls against the New Orleans Pelicans. And, man, this is a brand new team, man. A brand new team. So DeJounte Murray is on the Pelicans side. I think it's going to be a great addition to this team. They still, I mean, Zion is questionable. So if you take a look at the injuries real quick, and I'm not looking at like the stats from last year as much because these teams are really different, man. I'm being honest. Pelicans will be without Trey Murphy though today. Zion is questionable, but Ingram's playing. Herbert Jones is playing at center. That's pretty crazy. Valanciunas not starting or on the team. So yeah, man. I mean, Chicago's brand new, man. No DeRozan, but they got Giddey. They got Kobe White playing Levine. Now finally starting after so much time. Patrick Williams at the power forward and Vucevic at the center. Oh, man. I mean, I think the Pelicans, I mean, technically by the name value, they should definitely do very well. But I'm curious to see how DeJounte gets implemented on this team. I mean, I think it's going to be great for McCollum to be a more spot-up shooter. I think but I do think in some ways him and like Murray and McCollum may run into similar problems as Trae Young, but McCollum does not need the ball in order to be effective, though. Like Trae Young always liked to hold the ball. He was a really true point guard. McCollum just kind of stepped into the point guard role. With that being said, man, I mean, I kind of want to lean the Bulls a little bit. I think they're going to be physical in the inside, especially with Vucevic and Patrick Williams. Of course, Zion's a physical and really athletic guy, but they don't have a really true big man to get rebounds, to cause problems in the paint, unless they're going to start shooting a ton from the three-point line. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if we look at the three-point defense from the Bulls, they were like below league average, but with their guys back, we'll see. I think it's a lot of points for a lot of unknowns. I do think the Pelicans are the much better team, though. But let me take a shot with the Chicago Bulls at plus 5.5. That's definitely very contrarian. I'm pretty sure everyone is going to... Well, actually, wow. Bulls are the public dog. That's crazy. All right, well, I guess I'm on the public dog. Yeah, give me the Bulls, man. I mean, I think the Bulls may be competitive, but I don't know. We'll see what comes out of this Pelicans team, man. I mean, it's not an easy one. All right, next game, we got the Houston Rockets against the Charlotte Hornets. Rockets are 7.5 point favorite. I've seen this line move to 8, so definitely try to get the best line you can. I mean, I think simply put, Charlotte didn't do too much to improve this team. Rockets are back with their old team. I think we see the same things that we've seen last year. Rockets were one of the best covering teams at home, one of the best teams at home in general. Hornets didn't really do too much to improve the team at all. I think the Rockets are the side here, but this is a lot of points, though. I think the Rockets are maybe a little bit overrated in the early part of the season. But Charlotte can be competitive, man. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges returning. They have their main guys playing, so who knows? Maybe they come and make a statement game. I mean, but hey, I do think the Rockets are the better team. I think the one thing that they have an advantage in is the size. Like, Sengun's gonna dominate in the down low. I mean, Nick Richards not good enough, in my opinion, to cover him. I think with Mark Williams being out on the Charlotte Hornets side, I mean, that causes a lot of problems. And they can cover the three-point line very well, so the Melo Ball wants to chuck threes. Unless they shoot like the Celtics, man, I mean, I think they're going to have a tough time offensively, and the Rockets could definitely exploit them with their offense, man. They have a lot of guys that can do a lot of damage in Green, in Van Fleet, in Sengun. So I think the Rockets win the game and cover the spread. But I look, it's a big spread. It's the beginning of the season. Maybe we're jumping a little too quick to back them here, but I mean, until the Charlotte Hornets show me something, man. I mean, we'll see. But let's roll with the Rockets in this one. Next game, I think it's gonna be a competitive game. We got the Grizzlies against the Jazz, and hey, we got the boy Ja Morant back, but no Jaren Jackson Jr. on the Grizzlies, and they still got a ton of injuries, man. At the end of the season last year, everyone was out for the Grizzlies, and they got the same problem. Luke Kennard out, G.G. Jackson out. Vince Williams, Cam Smith. I mean, who's playing for this Grizzlies team? It's crazy. Jazz, they don't have anyone pretty big, in my opinion, out. Memphis will use Zach Edey to start, but the Utah Jazz have a lot of size. They have, obviously, Kessler, Larry Markkinen. I mean, they got some guys that are huge, man. So it's tough for me to maybe back the Grizzlies, even with Ja Morant back, even though it's a small spread. Jazz are a really good team at home. I think their size and their physicalness can give problems to the Grizzlies late. I think this game's going to be close. So give me the Utah Jazz. Give me a dog at the spread. I do think Ja Morant may show out, though. I mean, Grizzlies are not that great. The Jazz aren't that great against guards. So if Ja or Bane or even Marcus Smart show up, maybe they could cause some problems. But I do think the size of the Jazz could give the Grizzlies some issues, in my opinion. Even with Zach Edey playing, he's a rookie. He's big. But I mean, it's his first real first game in the NBA. We'll see how he does in this situation. All right, guys, the last two games, man. If you've been with me this long, man, and you've been liking the content, man, hit that subscribe button, man. Show me some love, and let's keep it rolling. Last few games, Golden State Warriors against the Portland Trailblazers, man. And what can I say? Portland was one of the worst teams in the NBA. Golden State is without the Splash Brothers, no Klay Thompson, but I mean, they have Podominski playing. They still have Draymond and Steph. So, I mean, I think this team can get the job done here, but it's a lot of points, man. 6 points. We'll see how Golden State does. I think Klay was a hindrance anyway. So I don't think him being out is a big deal, in my opinion. However, I will say this. Portland has good perimeter defense, so that may cause problems for the Warriors, and they're healthy, so they have everyone playing. Scoot Henderson, they're gonna have Anthony Simons. It looks like they have, let's see, I think Ayton's still on this team. Let me double check. DeAndre Ayton's playing, Jeremiah Grant, so they're healthy, man. I mean, when we saw them healthy, not saying they were blowing teams out, but they were competitive in games. So look, I mean, I get Kuminga's good on the Golden State Warriors, Curry's good. But I'll be honest, man, I think the Portland Trailblazers, I'm not confident enough yet to lay 6 points with the Warriors. So with that being said, I think Portland Trailblazers, give me the 6 points at home. I think they can maybe be competitive, use their defense on the perimeter and on the offensive glass with guys like Ayton and Jeremiah Grant to, score points and be competitive against this Golden State Warriors team, man. Call me crazy, but I'll be honest, among all the dogs, I actually think no one's looking at this Portland Trailblazers team, but let's take a look at where the money's at. And yeah, everyone is on the Golden State Warriors. If I had to pick a big dog, I would expect to lose, guys, just to make it very clear. But give me the Portland Trailblazers, bro. I think the Portland Trailblazers healthy. They've shown in the past that they can be competitive in games. And this Golden State Warriors, man, I mean, they're basically the same team as last year, but a little bit older. No Klay. I mean, I don't know. Podominski's okay. He got a little injured. He broke his nose, I believe, in the preseason. So, yeah, man, give me the Trailblazers +6, even money line. I'll take a shot. I think the Portland Trailblazers can maybe get the job done here. But all right, guys, let's talk about the last game. And this is actually kind of disappointing because I'm not really sure who I like in this game. I think, Clippers are moving to a new stadium, so that could be a positive. They will be, however, without... hold on. Oops, I moved my screen by accident. They'll be without Kawhi Leonard, PJ Tucker, Mo Bamba. But, the Suns, they got every one of their guys, man. They didn't make a change. And in my opinion, they got I think they got to break the team up. I don't think Beal should be on that team. I think there can only be 2 stars with Booker and Durant. But hey, I mean, that's what I personally think, man. But I think the Clippers at 5.5-point dogs. It's a compelling line, man. Even without George and Kawhi. Obviously, George is on the Sixers now. I think Clippers are a little bit underrated in this matchup, man. I acknowledge that the Suns are the better team on paper, but they were not a good covering team on the road. And I think it could be shocking to see them lose. However, I don't know. I think Phoenix roster, maybe another year under the belt gets their chemistry going better. Phoenix is definitely better on paper, but I do think the Clippers at plus 5.5 at home. I think they could possibly cover this number. I think they have shooters, man. They have Powell, they have Harden, and they have guys that can be competitive, like Zubac, Trey Mann, Derrick Jones. They're not names like Durant and Booker, but hey, man, I do think that 5.5 points is a little sus. I would probably pass, but don't get me wrong. I think the Clippers can be competitive in this game. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a bunch of games. I obviously couldn't go through super detail. Obviously, shout out to my boys at Daily Grind Fantasy. Go use that pick. Go on Dabble. Go to that link down below and get some free money. And let's go crush the books, baby. I'll see you guys on the next one.